So first thing we're going to do, new project. So the quiz we're going to be making today, I think I want to make it about the television show The Office. It's one of my favorite shows. Go The Office. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and create some questions for my quiz. So hopefully you have seen The Office, the TV show. Otherwise you will not get the references and questions here. But feel free to create your own quiz with your own questions and use this video as a reference. So let's go ahead and create the questions. What type of... So here's our question. Let's go ahead and close off that. And the other thing we need to do is go ahead and assign this string question to a variable q1 for question 1. And the only other thing we need is the equal sign. So that assigns this string, this question, to the variable q1, question 1. Let's go ahead and make a few more questions the exact same way. Alright, so we have our 3 questions. Perfect. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and make a variable for the score. Score starts off at 0. Get the question right. You're going to have it to where you get a point. Generally how scores work. Go ahead and create a text size. Set text size to 40. I think that'll be a good number. First thing we want to do is have some type of welcome text appear on the screen. So we got to use the print function for that. So welcome to the Office quiz. Then the next thing I want to do is have some more text pop up. So what we'll have to do is insert some line breaks here. Put 2 of those there. It'll give us the space we need for the next line we're going to create here. So if I hit start now, nothing happens. So we need that update function to tell the program to update the screen with our text. So if we hit start, you can see that very quickly our text welcome to the Office quiz does pop up, but it only stays there for like a brief second. So to solve that issue, let's go ahead and do the sleep function, which is going to keep it on the screen. Is it sleep? And then open. Let's go ahead and try that again. Bam. Welcome to the Office quiz. Alright, so we got our question variables, we got our score variable. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and print some more text here. Print, let's see if you're... Alright, and then we're going to update again to update the screen with our new text. And then let's go ahead and clear the screen after that, because then we're going to have our questions pop up. Alright, so our first question that pops up is going to be Q1. And I want that to have a blue text. So let's go ink. And then we're going to go print Q1. When you're printing the variable, you don't have to have quotation marks, because you've already have that stored as a string. But if you want the line breaks to work, you do have to put them in. A little strange, but you know, it is what it is. Go ahead and go update. So it updates the screen with our question 1. Go sleep or wait 2. Let's see what happens. Welcome to the Office quiz. Let's see if you're a super fan. What type of farm does Dwight Schrute own in The Office? Whoever's taking this quiz, if we want them to be able to type an answer, we're going to have to create another variable on the fly here called answer. We're going to assign function input to it. And then inside the input, we're going to do our question 1. Then let's go update, go sleep. That's correct. Let's check it out. Alright. So as you can see, it's displaying the input box here for us to type in whatever we want. Since I put question 1 inside of the input brackets, it's appearing at the top of this input box as well. We type in answer. Nothing really happens at the moment. After it takes the user input, I want it to display some text. Let's check your accuracy. I'll go ahead and do the line breaks just in case I need them here. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to use the if statement to check whether or not the user typed in the right answer or not. These conditional statements are the centerpiece of most programs. So you're going to see them a lot, and I think they're one of the easier things to wrap your head around. If this condition is met, then do this. If you eat your veggies and do your homework, then, so you could have 2 conditions that need to be met, or a slew of conditions that need to be met before something happens. Or if answer, which is our variable we created right above here, which we assigned the input function to. So if answer is equal to beet farm. So the answer to the question 1 is beet farm. Dwight Schrute from The Office, he owns a beet farm. Kind of an ongoing reference and joke in the show. If our answer, which is the input from the user, if that's equal to beet farm, they get it right. And if they don't, they get it wrong. That's what we're trying to do here. Now you might think this is okay, as it is, but whenever you're checking if something is equal to something else, you actually need the double equals. So the single equals assigns variable to something, and the double equal signs compares two things essentially. Alright, we're back. Had to take a quick break, make some food, can of SpaghettiOs, breakfast of champions. Come at me. So if the answer is equal to beet farm, we're gonna go then I'm going to add 1 to the score variable that we created at the beginning, plus equals 1. And that's just going to increment our score value by 1. Use the print function and display some text. Apologize if you don't get the references, but you should go watch the show. It's very funny. The user types beet farm in, then add 1 to the score, and print you're correct. Another keyword, remember keywords in red. We're going to use another keyword called else. So there's if, then, else. So if this happens, then that happens. But if the condition is not met, so if the user gets the answer wrong, I'm going to use this else to print false. Then you have to do end if, bring our if statement to completion. So this should be fine as it is, but if they get it right, I want the ink to be green, I want the text to be green rather, and if they get it wrong, else ink red. Yeah, so I want the false text to be in red when they get it wrong, and I want the you are correct to be in green. Now let's go update and sleep 2. So the only other thing I want to do is, let's say they just type in beet, or they use a capital B or something. I don't want the user to get it incorrect if they like have the wrong capitalization, or if they don't type in beet farm exactly. I still want them to get it right because they got the basis of the question right. You can use this or keyword. Answer is equals to, so if it's equal to beet farm, if it's equal to beet, or just in case they do capital B and F. 3 different ways that they could type this answer and they will still get it correct, because that seems like the fair thing to do. Let's try it out. What type of farm does Dwight Schrute own in The Office? And we're gonna go beet. Hit enter. Checks answer for accuracy. There it is. Try getting the answer wrong. Alright, let's go poop. False. He does not own a poop farm. Go ahead and clear the screen after that so we can get ready for our next question here. Quiz is coming together pretty good. Quite a bit of code here already. I'm sure there is a more efficient way to do all this, but we're getting it to work this way, so this is the way we're going to do it for now. I'm still learning as I'm going here, so I apologize if I make any mistakes or if I do things inefficiently. So that's question 1 is done. So essentially could just copy the majority of texts that we made for the first question here and paste it, and then just exchange some of the strings and words out for the new question. But I'm just going to go ahead and type it. I want to solidify what I know, and the best way to do that is by repetition. The ink back to blue for the question, just like question 1. So yeah, it's going to print the question 2. We want that text to appear on the screen. We got to update the screen, and then we're going to go ahead and sleep 2 seconds. Going to have the answer, print the question 2, and then we're going to have the input box pop back up with the question 2 above it for reference. Use the print function once again, print. So after they input their answer, it's going to print let's crunch the numbers. So let's go ahead and update. Let's go ahead and sleep. So now what we need to do is check if the answer that they input was correct. Equal to 9, or answer then. I'm giving the user some leeway here. So if they put in 9, the number, it'll work, 9 seasons. Or if they type out 9 by chance, I still want them to get it correct, obviously. Go green, ink, a score. plus equals 1. Print function, we'll just leave it as that. Nice and simple. Then we're going to go use that keyword else again. What indicates that something's wrong usually in games, the red color. And we're going to say print but a temp. Yeah. So if they get it wrong, it's going to say that is false. You are nothing but a temp, which is also an Office reference. And then the last thing we need to do for this question is do the end if to end our if statement. And then we're going to go ahead and update and sleep. And then we're going to go ahead and clear the screen. 2 questions down, 1 to go. Let's see if it's working. Hit 9, enter. Let's crunch the numbers. You are correct. So, as you can see, second question is working properly so far. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Alright, moving on to question 3. So we're going to do the same thing. Produce the third question in Fuze Blue. Print. Alright, so just like the other questions, got to update the screen. Let me think. The next thing we need is, or no, let's assign answer to input. And we'll display the third question. Let's check if, oops. Alright, I'm going to update the screen, of course. Keep that going. If answer, just like the other ones. So what was question 3 again? Alright, so our third question was what famous cameo droned on about the finger legs? The answer to that question, believe it or not, is Jim Carrey, the actor. So we'll go ahead and do Jim, or if the answer, hopefully they know how to spell Carrey with an E. If not, they will get it wrong. Then, same thing, ink, green, score, plus equal 1. Correcto mundo. Oops, let's close that off. Then we need our else, ink to red. Gotta end our if statement. And update, sleep, and then clear. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's test her out. So the sleep function needs a parameter. Well, just needs some type of information within the function brackets. So correct, and what famous cameo droned on about the Finger Lakes? As we know, it's Jim Carrey. Bam! Correcto mundo. We did it, boys. The next thing we can do here, just to spice her up a little bit, a tally of your score, and produce that to the screen for the user to see how well they did. Let's change the ink to white. Print. Yeah. And let's do update. Sleep. Let's just go 1 second on that one, just to speed it up. So we're gonna do print. So let's say you scored. Close that. And then we're going to add the score variable, because the score variable should have been keeping track this whole time, either 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many questions you got right. We got the string you scored, and then we're going to present the variable score, which is either going to be 1, 2, or 3, or 0. And let's do another string here, out of 3. What is this? Get out of here. Update. Let's go 2 seconds on that. The next thing I'm going to want to do is I want it to print different text depending on what score the user got. And to do that, we're going to use some if statements. So let's say if score is equal to 3, then you are a super fan of the, close our brackets, close our quotation marks. So if they get 3 out of 3, then they're a super fan. Else, let's go ahead and tab out this one so we know that there's like different if statements going on here together. If score is equal to 2, and then print. I don't know if these are quite necessary, but I'm gonna do them anyways. Else if score equal to 1, then that's what I'm missing. The print, but you can do better. And then finally, we're gonna go else. The only other option left is 0, so I don't really need the score part, but If it's not 1, 2, or 3, as in if they get 0 correct, we're going to print something else. We're going to be a little brutal. Do you even watch the dang show? Yeah. I think all we need now is to update the screen, and let's sleep for 3 seconds, just to give us some time here. But let's see what happens. And I get an error, line 85. So, it gave me an error, line 85. I can see here I missed a close bracket. Whoops. Let's hope that was the only error. Hit start again. Line 94. So I'm a little bit confused on where these end if statements are supposed to go. So I'm just going to add 3 of them here. I'm going to tab them out a little bit. So I think I fixed the issue with the end if statements. I just added them at the end over here. Again, sorry if I'm not formatting this correctly. Let me know down in the comments. Welcome to the Office quiz. Let's see if you're a super fan of The Office. What type of farm does Dwight Schrute own in The Office? Beat. Could probably change that to 2 seconds. You are correct. How many seasons are there? 9. Crunching the numbers. Whoop. I must have hit 99. Whoops. Which famous cameo drone? We know that's Jim Carrey. Enter. Correct. Let's see how well you did. And it tells me I scored 2 out of 3, and I'm a semi-fan of The Office. Oh no. Because I made that one mistake. I hit 99 seasons instead of 9. Oh well, you get the gist. You see that it is working correctly. Since I only got 2 out of the 3 questions, as you can see here, it printed "You are a semi-fan in The Office." What a damn shame. Can't even pass my own quiz. I was never good at tests. I had a lot of fun making this quiz and solidifying some of the knowledge that I learned. As I keep going through these tutorials, I will keep making more videos and more demonstrations of what I learned. We're only a couple tutorials in this big ass list of tutorials. Just imagine by the time we get down here how much we will have learned. And if you're in the same state as me, and you're just trying to learn code for the first time essentially, I would love to hear some feedback. I would love to hear your experience with Fuze or just coding in general so far. Give me some tips, give me some pointers, give me some feedback. Tell me about projects that you've been a part of. That would be really interesting to me. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to pump out as many of these videos as I possibly can for you guys at the quickest rate possible. I'll leave a link in the description to my Newgrounds if you want to play some of the games I've created in the Construct engine, and feel free to check out my other videos. And also I'll leave a link to the Fuze Arena website, and that's where you can join the Fuze community. You can share and upload your creations, have fun talking to like-minded people. It's a really great community on there, and I encourage you guys to check it out. Well, that's all I got for this one. Cheesy Dev signing out, and I will see you guys in the next one.